Welcome back to the Vocab Booster series. Today we're extracting the most useful vocabulary from our shoes episode. This isn't a list to memorize. It's about taking words you're probably already familiar with and actually using them under pressure. We've organised today's lesson by nouns, verbs and adjectives to help you build sentences faster and more naturally. No advanced fluff, just practical language that works. Ready? Let's start with nouns and noun phrases. The first word is footwear. This is a general word for shoes as a category. You can use it when you want to avoid repeating the word shoes too many times. Good footwear makes a big difference if you're on your feet all day. Sneakers and trainers mean the same thing. Casual, comfortable shoes for everyday use. Both are correct in IELTS speaking, so you can use whichever feels more natural to you. For example, I usually wear sneakers during the week because they're comfortable. Sandals are open shoes with straps that hold your foot in place. They're usually worn in warm weather and can be casual or slightly dressy, depending on the design. Flip-flops are a very simple type of open footwear, usually made of rubber that you slip on and off easily. They're mainly worn at the beach, on holiday, or in very casual situations. I wear sandals or flip-flops when I'm on holiday, but not in daily life. Sky-high heels are shoes with very high heels, most commonly worn by women for formal events or special occasions. They are usually chosen for their appearance rather than comfort. Stiff dress shoes are formal leather shoes that have a rigid structure and don't bend easily. They often feel uncomfortable when they're new, but become more comfortable after being worn for a while. Sky-high heels look great, but I rarely wear them. I only wear stiff dress shoes for formal events. An outfit refers to all the clothes you're wearing together. This word is very useful when you're talking about style. I like shoes that match most of my outfits. I usually choose my shoes based on the outfit I'm wearing that day. These nouns describe shopping habits and personal attitudes. A shoe enthusiast is someone who genuinely enjoys shoes and takes an interest in them. A compulsive shopper is someone who buys things too often, sometimes without really needing them. I wouldn't say I'm a shoe enthusiast, but I do enjoy buying good shoes. I wouldn't call myself a compulsive shopper. Blisters are painful spots on your feet caused by uncomfortable shoes. This word adds realism to your answers. I've had blisters before from badly fitting shoes. If I wear new shoes for too long, I often end up with blisters. An on-the-go lifestyle describes a busy life where you move around a lot during the day. Because I have an on-the-go lifestyle, comfort is very important to me. I need shoes that can keep up with my on-the-go lifestyle. The sweet spot means the perfect balance between two things. I try to find the sweet spot between comfort and style. For everyday shoes, I'm always looking for that sweet spot where they feel good and still look presentable. Now let's move to verbs and verb phrases, which are often the weakest area for IELTS candidates. The first verb phrase is gravitate toward. The verb gravitate originally comes from science and means to be pulled towards something. In everyday English, gravitate toward is used to describe a natural preference, something you choose again and again without thinking too much about it. For example, I gravitate towards sneakers for everyday wear. When I'm shopping for shoes, I tend to gravitate toward neutral colours. Lean toward. The verb lean means to move slightly in one direction. In everyday English, lean toward is used to express a mild or flexible preference, especially when you're comparing options. I lean toward comfort rather than fashion. For work, I lean toward practical shoes that I can wear all day. Fall apart. This phrase is used when something becomes damaged or stops working properly because it can no longer hold together. It's commonly used for shoes, clothes, or everyday items. I replace my shoes when they start to fall apart. Some shoes look fine at first, but they fall apart very quickly. Splurge. This verb means to spend a lot of money on something you don't usually buy, often as a treat or special decision. It's commonly used when talking about shopping, fashion, or lifestyle choices. I don't splurge on shoes very often. I decided to splurge on a good pair of leather boots. Go out of style. This phrase means something is no longer fashionable or popular over time. It's often used when talking about clothes, shoes, or trends. I try to avoid trendy shoes that go out of style quickly. Classic designs don't usually go out of style. Have the right pair on. This phrase is used when you're wearing shoes that are suitable for the situation or activity. It often links footwear with comfort, confidence, and practicality. When I have the right pair on, I can walk for hours without any discomfort. If I'm on my feet all day, it's important to have the right pair on. Now let's move on to adjectives and adjective chunks. Discerning is used to describe someone who has good judgment and high standards. When you're discerning, you don't rush into decisions, and you don't choose things just because they're popular or convenient. You pay attention to details, quality, and how something actually performs over time. In the context of shoes, a discerning person might think about comfort, durability, and practicality, not just appearance. For example, I've become more discerning over the years, especially when it comes to what I wear. She's a discerning person who values quality in everything she chooses. Look out of place. This phrase is used when something doesn't match the situation or surroundings. It's often used when talking about clothes or shoes worn in the wrong context. Wearing flip-flops to a formal event would look out of place. Bright trainers can look out of place in a very formal office. Smart casual. This adjective describes a style that sits between formal and casual. Neat and presentable. But not overly dressed up. It's very commonly used when talking about clothes, shoes, and dress codes. My office dress code is smart casual. I usually wear clean trainers for a smart casual look. Trendy describes something that is fashionable at the moment, but not necessarily for a long time. It's often used when talking about clothes or shoes that follow current styles. For example, I try not to buy very trendy shoes. Trendy designs can look great, but they often go out of style quickly. Impractical. This adjective describes something that may look good, but is not suitable for real use or everyday situations. It's often used to explain why you avoid certain types of shoes. High heels can be impractical for daily wear. I avoid impractical shoes because I walk a lot during the day. Look decent is used to describe something that looks acceptable and presentable, without being especially fashionable. It's often used when you care about appearance, but comfort and practicality come first. For example, I want my shoes to be comfortable and still look decent. As long as they look decent, I don't mind keeping my outfit simple. Look appropriate is about matching what you wear to the situation you're in. It's not really about fashion or trends. It's about awareness and judgment. In IELTS Speaking, this phrase is useful when you're explaining why you choose certain shoes for certain occasions. For example, I try to wear shoes that look appropriate for work rather than something too casual. At formal events, I'm more careful because I want my shoes to look appropriate. Look stunning is used when something looks extremely attractive or impressive and immediately catches attention. It's stronger than words like nice or good, so it works best for special occasions rather than everyday situations. Those shoes look stunning, but they're not very practical. She wore a simple dress, but the shoes made the whole outfit look stunning. Put together. When someone looks put together, it means they look neat, organised, and well prepared. It doesn't mean dressing up or following fashion trends. It simply means everything looks intentional and appropriate. I feel more put together when I wear clean, simple shoes. Even a basic outfit can look put together with the right pair of shoes. Broken in describes shoes that have been worn enough to become soft and comfortable. When shoes are new, they often feel stiff or tight, but after wearing them for a while, they become broken in and much easier to walk in. These shoes were uncomfortable at first, but now they're completely broken in. I prefer wearing broken-in sneakers rather than brand new ones. Alright, before we finish, let's do a quick quiz. Try to fill in the blank with the most natural word or phrase from today's lesson. Pause the video if you need time to think. Question 1. I usually. Toward comfortable shoes without really thinking about it. The answer is gravitate, as in gravitate toward. We use this phrase for preferences that feel automatic. Question 2. When I'm choosing between comfort and style, I usually. Toward comfort. This time, the sentence is about comparing two options and making a choice. Which verb sounds more balanced and thoughtful here? The answer is lean, as in lean toward. This phrase is used when your preference is mild or considered, not automatic. Question 3. These shoes looked fine at first, but after a few weeks they started to. Think about condition and durability, not fashion or trends. Fall apart is the natural choice here. It describes something becoming damaged or unusable. Question 4. I don't usually spend much on shoes, but I decided to. On a good leather pair, this sentence is about spending more money than usual, often as a treat. The correct word is splurge. It's used when you spend more than normal on something special. Question 5. I want my shoes to be comfortable and still. This is about everyday appearance, not fashion, not luxury. Look decent fits perfectly here. It means acceptable and presentable without being stylish or impressive. Question 6. Wearing flip-flops to a formal interview would. Think about whether something matches the situation. The correct phrase is look out of place. It's used when something doesn't suit the context. That's it for today's vocab lesson. These aren't big words. They're the kind of everyday language that helps your answers sound natural and controlled. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.